Have a nice time to all. In the last class, we studied about vacuous and trivial proofs. Today, we will study about some other proof methods which are direct and indirect proofs. Another proof method is direct proof. Suppose we have a theorem H1 and H2 and etc. and Hn implies C. To have a direct proof of this theorem, we first assume that all these hypotheses H1, H2, etc. Hn are true. And starting with some Hi, we make a series of conclusions such as the hypothesis H implies some conclusion C1, then C1 implies C2, C2 implies C3, etc. Finally, we arrive at the conclusion C. Then we know that by hypothetical syllogism, the proposition P implies Q and Q implies R together implies that P implies R. It is a rule of hypothetical syllogism. So here we can use hypothetical syllogism to conclude that H implies C1 and C1 implies C2 implies H implies C2. Now H implies C2, C2 implies C3 implies H implies C3. Likewise, finally we arrive at the conclusion that H implies the conclusion C. Likewise, we can prove the theorem. This is the direct proof of the theorem. Let us see how the direct proof of the theorem works. For example, directly prove that product of two odd integers is odd. For direct proof of this theorem, we will take two odd integers x and y. Here the hypothesis is x is odd and y is odd. Using the two hypotheses, we have to show that the product x into y is odd. So our conclusion is x into y is odd. So first hypothesis H1 is x is odd. Second hypothesis H2 is y is odd. And our conclusion C is x into y is odd. So this is the theorem we want. So the theorem we want to prove is H1 and H2 implies the conclusion C. So we have taken x and y as odd integers. We know that any odd integer is of the form 2 into an integer plus 1. That is an even integer plus 1. So there exists integers m and n such that x equal to 2m plus 1 and y equal to 2n plus 1. Now let us consider the product x into y is equal to 2m plus 1 into 2n plus 1. By expansion we get 4mn plus 2m plus 2n plus 1. This can be written as 2 times 2mn plus m plus n plus 1. So this is of the form 2 into an integer plus 1. Here m and n are integers, therefore 2mn plus m plus n is also an integer. So let it be some k. So we can write this of the form 2k plus 1, where k is equal to 2mn plus m plus n, comma an integer. Hence we proved that if x and y are two odd integers, using the hypothesis x is odd and y is odd, we arrived at the conclusion that x into y is odd because it is of the form 2 into an integer plus 1. So it's an odd integer. So this is a direct proof of this theorem. Another example, directly prove that product of an even integer and an odd integer is even. Here the hypotheses are x is odd and y is even, and the conclusion is x into y is even. We can take the hypothesis H1 as x is odd, the hypothesis H2 as y is even, and our conclusion C is x into y is even. Here first we use the hypothesis H1, that is x is odd. And you know that any odd integer is of the form 2 into an integer plus 1. So there exists an integer m such that x equal to 2m plus 1. Now we use the hypothesis H2 which says that y is even. Any even integer is of the form 2 into an integer. So there is an integer n such that y equal to 2 into n. So we have the integers x equal to 2m plus 1 and y equal to 2n. Now let us consider the product x into y. So this is equal to 2m plus 1 into 2n. By expanding we can write this is 4mn plus 2n. So this is equal to 2 into 2mn plus n. Now this is of the form 2 into some integer k. So we have x into y is even. So using the two hypotheses H1 and H2, directly we proved that x into y is even. Another proof method is indirect proofs. And there are two types of indirect proofs. First one is proofs of the contrapositive and second one proofs by contradiction. Let us go in detail. First method of indirect proof is proofs of the contrapositive. Suppose we have the theorem H1 and H2 and etc. and Hn implies the conclusion C. That is, we have the hypothesis H1, H2, etc. Hn, and if all of these are true, we can show that C is true. That is the theorem. And by the law of contrapositive, we know that a proposition P implies Q is logically equivalent to negation of Q implies negation of P. So we can apply that rule here. Here we have the proposition H1 and H2 and etc. and Hn, and another proposition C, and we have this proposition implies the second proposition C. So we take the proposition of the form P implies Q here. It is logically equivalent to negation C implies negation of H1 and H2 and etc. and Hn. That is, P implies Q is logically equivalent to negation Q implies negation P. So we apply the law of contrapositive here. And here we have negation C implies, what's the negation of H1 and H2 and etc. and Hn? Here we can use the De Morgan's laws. We have the rule negation of P and Q is logically equivalent to negation P or negation Q. So applying the De Morgan's law here, we can write negation of H1 and H2 and etc. and Hn is logically equivalent to negation H1 or negation H2 or etc. or negation Hn. So we have the theorem H1 and H2 and etc. and Hn implies C is logically equivalent to negation C implies negation H1 or negation H2 or etc. or negation Hm. What's its meaning? We have the theorem H1 and H2 and etc. and Hn implies C. That is, if all these hypotheses are true, the conclusion C is true. That is a theorem we want to prove. We will show that if the conclusion is not true, that is negation C implies one of the hypotheses is not true. That is negation H1 or negation H2 or etc. or negation Hn. That is, if the conclusion is not true, then at least one of the hypotheses are not true. So to prove the theorem, conjunction of this hypothesis implies the conclusion C, it is enough to show that negation of C implies disjunction of the negation of the hypothesis. Hence, in the proofs of contrapositive, we assume that the conclusion C is false, and we will use rules of logic to show that one of the hypotheses Hi is false. So let us go to an example. Prove indirectly that if the square of an integer is odd, then the integer is odd. So we take an integer x. So here our hypothesis is square of an integer is odd. That is, x square is odd. So we have the hypothesis x square is odd. And our conclusion is the integer is odd. So C is x is odd. We have to show that if the square of an integer is odd, then the integer is odd. So hypothesis is x square is odd and conclusion is x is odd. We have to show that the hypothesis H implies the conclusion C. Here we will provide the proof of the contrapositive. So it is enough to show that negation of the conclusion C implies negation of the hypothesis H. So we assume that negation of C is true. That is, here C is x is odd. Therefore our assumption is x is not odd. Then clearly x is even. If x is even, there x is an integer sum k such that x equal to 2 times k. So using the assumption negation C, we express x as 2k where k is an integer. Now we have to arrive at negation h. Here h says that x square is odd. So we consider x square. So here x square is equal to 2k whole square. So this is equal to 4k square, which can be written in the form 2 into 2k square. So it is even. So what happens here? X square is even. The hypothesis h says that x square is odd. Now we proved that x square is even. That is, negation of h is true. Therefore we can say that negation of c implies negation of h. And by the law of contrapositive, we can conclude that h implies c, because the proposition h implies c is logically equivalent to negation c implies negation h. We proved that negation c implies negation h, so it is logically equivalent to h implies c. Hence we proved the theorem indirectly. One more example. If the product of two integers is odd, both must be odd integers. Here the theorem says about two integers. So we take two integers x and y. Now the hypothesis is product of the integers is odd. And the conclusion is both the integers are odd. So we can write the hypothesis h as x into y is odd. And our conclusion C here is x is odd and y is odd. We have to show that h implies c. That is, if the product of integers is odd, then both must be odd. For that, we will show that negation of the conclusion implies negation of the hypothesis. So we assume that the conclusion C is not true. Here note that C is x is odd and y is odd. So negation of C becomes negation of x is odd or negation of y is odd. Here we use De Morgan's law to take the negation of the conjunction of propositions. Here we have two propositions, x is odd and y is odd, and we have taken the conjunction of these two propositions. And if you take the negation of that proposition, that compound proposition, it becomes negation of the first proposition or negation of second proposition. So that is, negation of C is actually negation of x is odd, means that x is even, or negation of y is odd is y is even. So if you want to assume that x is not true, we have to assume that either x is even or y is even. So we assume that either x is even or y is even. And we have to show that negation of h is true. Negation of h means x into y is even. So we consider here x into y. Before that, x is even or y is even means that either x is of the form 2k or y is of the form 2k, or both of them are of the form some 2k and 2k dash respectively. So we assume the case that exactly one of them is even. In that case, let us take x as even. So x equal to some 2k and y is not even. Therefore y is of the form some 2k dash plus 1. And we consider x into y. So we have 2k into 2k dash plus 1. So this is equal to 4k into k dash plus 2k. So that's equal to 2 times 2k k dash plus k. Now this is of the form 2 into an integer, therefore it is even. So if x is even, we showed that x into y is even. That is, here negation of h is proved. So here we conclude that therefore negation h is true. In other words, negation C implies negation h in this case. And case 2, we assume that both x and y are even. Then x is of the form some 2k and y is of the form 2 into an integer. So let us take 2k dash. And we consider again x into y. So this is 2k into 2k dash. So that's equal to 2 into 2k k dash. Again it is of the form 2 into an integer, therefore it is even. So here also we proved that negation h is true. The hypothesis h was x into y is odd. So here we proved negation h. So here also negation c implies negation h. So by the law of contrapositive, we can conclude that h implies c. That is, the theorem is true. Hence we proved the theorem indirectly. Hence we studied about one of the indirect proofs, which is proofs of the contrapositive. In the next class, we will go through another indirect proof method, which is proofs by contradiction.